Welcome back to Real English Voices. I'm Tom.
And I'm Ria. And Tom, I have to tell you, I got an email this week that perfectly captures a feeling I think every English learner, and honestly, a lot of native speakers too, has experienced.
Oh, I know that feeling. The one where you stare at two words that look almost identical, like mirror images, and your brain just locks up. Was it about the infamous whose and whose?
Close, but even trickier because they sound so much alike. It was about affect and effect. The listener said, I have been studying English for 5 years and I still randomly guess which one to use. Please help.
Oh, man. Affect and effect. The ultimate English grammar high-stakes poker game. You put your chips down, you use one, and you just pray you chose correctly.
Exactly. And that's what we're calling today's episode. The difference between affect and effect, and we're also going to tackle another pair of grammar bullies, lie and lay. Common tricky pairs. We're going to demystify them and give you a few personal stories and tricks to remember which is which.
Let's start with the one that gives everyone the most trouble, affect and effect. Now, here's the simplest, most fundamental difference you need to know. 99% of the time, affect starts with an A, and you use it as a verb. It's an action. It means to influence or to change something.
That's the golden rule, the anchor. A for affect, A for action. So if my terrible singing is influencing the weather, and let's be honest, it probably is, I would say my singing will affect the rain.
Perfect. You are performing the action of influencing the rain. Now, switch to effect, the one that starts with an E. That one, most of the time, is a noun. It's the result. It's the outcome of the action.
So if I say the effect of my singing was a sudden downpour, I'm using effect as the noun, the thing that happened, the result.
Precisely. And here's where a lot of people go wrong, Ria. They try to find little exceptions. They get distracted by the fact that effect can be used as a verb, but it means something completely different, like to bring about or to accomplish something. You know, the new CEO sought to effect change in the company culture.
Oh, yes, I know. It's like a level 4 English boss battle. But here's what I tell everyone I coach. Don't worry about those exceptions right now. If you master the main rule, affect is the action, affect is the result. You'll be correct over 95% of the time. You'll sound confident and fluent.
That is such good advice. Focus on the core meaning. Let's try to tie it to something memorable. I always think of the word raven, not the bird, but the memory trick R-A-V-E-N.
Oh, I love this trick. Tell everyone about Raven.
Okay, so it's an acronym. R-A-V-E-N stands for remember, affect is a verb, effect is a noun. That little word has saved me from awkward pauses in my own conversations.
That is brilliant. So let's try a couple of sentences, listeners, and use the Raven rule. Tom, give me one.
Okay, here we go. The sudden power outage will surely have a negative affect or effect on the performance.
Right. A negative what? We're looking for the result of the outage, the thing it creates. So we need the noun, the N in Raven. It will have a negative effect on the performance.
Nailed it. And now the sentence where it's the verb. How did that cold weather affect or effect your travel plans?
Here, we're asking how the cold influenced the plans. It's the action, the V in Raven. How did it affect your travel plans? It's all about context and feeling out what the sentence needs. So, we've tamed affect and effect. Let's move to the next pair of grammar troublemakers, lie and lay. This pair is even more confusing, I think, because they both involve putting something or someone down, but one is active and one is passive. And then the Past tense forms are a nightmare.
The past tense is where the real confusion starts. It's where the English language just throws up its hands and says, just guess. But we're not going to guess. We're going to break it down. Let's start with lie, L-I-E. Now, and this is important, we are talking about two different meanings of L-I-E. The first is what we just talked about, not telling the truth.
Right. Please don't lie to me about where you parked the car. That's easy. Everyone knows that lie.
But the second lie, the one that competes with lay, means to rest in a horizontal position. And here's the key. You don't need an object. It's a complete action on its own. It is something you do.
It is an intransitive verb if we want to get technical, but let's keep it human. I tell people, lie is when you get horizontal. I'm tired. I'm going to lie down on the couch. No one else is involved in that action, just you. Exactly, and the nightmare comes in the past tense. The past tense of lie, to rest, is lay, L-A-Y, not the present tense of the other word, which is also L-A-Y.
I know, it's an absolute trap. Let's repeat that for everyone. Present tense, I lie down. Past tense, yesterday, I lay down.
I remember sitting an exam years ago, and I spent a full minute just staring at the page, trying to figure out if I wrote I lay down or I laid down. The stress was physical.
It's like a grammar ghost. It haunts you. So that's lie, to rest. Now let's look at its competitor, lay, L-A-Y.
Lay means to put or to place something down. And the crucial difference here is that lay requires an object. You can't just lay. You have to lay something.
It's a transitive verb. You are performing the action on an object. The word lay is like a package delivery service. It has to take the package, the object, and place it somewhere. I lay the book on the table. I lay the baby in the crib. The book and the baby are the objects.
A great trick I came up with is to substitute the word place. If you can replace the verb in your sentence with the word place or plit, you know you need to use a form of lay.
That is a fantastic simple substitution. Let's try it. I lay my phone down. Can I say, I place my phone down? Yes, I can. So lay is correct.
I need to lie down for a nap. Can I say I need to place down for a nap? No, that sounds crazy. So lie is correct.
The place trick is a lifesaver. Now, for the final boss of this section, the past tense of lay to place.
The past tense of lay is laid, L-A-I-D.
So remember, with lay to place, it keeps its A sound in the past tense, but you add the ID. I laid the book down yesterday.
This is why I think this pair is so hard. Present, I lie to rest. Past, I lay. Present, I lay to place. Past, I laid. It feels like a grammatical conspiracy designed to make us all feel confused.
It absolutely is. But knowing that structure, and especially using your substitution trick with place, is how we get over the confusion. Let's bring it all back to the personal, though, Ria. Why do these pairs matter? Why do we spend a full segment on them?
They matter because they are everywhere. And honestly, they affect your confidence. You know, when you're speaking and you pause for that fraction of a second because you're thinking, is it affect or effect? That pause breaks your flow. It makes you feel hesitant, and that hesitation can be misinterpreted as a lack of knowledge, when really you know the language perfectly well.
I totally agree. It's not about being a grammar robot. It's about eliminating those moments of doubt so your passion and your real voice can shine through. We're not aiming for perfection, we're aiming for confidence.
And that's the true difference, isn't it? The difference between thinking in English and just speaking. When you master these tricky pairs, you're no longer translating in your head, you're just communicating.
Let's do one more quick fire round before we move on. Listeners, say the correct word out loud with us. Ria, you start.
A good night's sleep will have a positive effect or effect on your mood.
Effect. It's the result. The noun.
I need to lie or lay my head on the pillow.
I need to lay my head on the pillow. The pillow is the object. I am placing it.
She was so tired she immediately lay or laid down on the bed.
She was so tired, she immediately lay down on the bed. That's the past tense of to rest.
You got them all. See? It just takes practice and those little mental cues. It takes turning those little moments of doubt into automatic confidence.
I love that. Turning doubt into automatic confidence. That's the real goal of Real English Voices. And remember, every time you pause and think about affect and effect or lie and lay, you're not failing. You're actively rewiring your brain. That struggle is a sign of learning. It's a sign that you care about getting it right.
And that's a beautiful thing. It's what makes your English voices so real. Don't let these little grammar hiccups discourage you from sharing your voice with the world. Keep going, keep trying, and keep making those intentional mistakes so you can learn from them.
We will be right back after the break with a story about a very confusing email I once wrote using laid when I meant lay, and how it completely changed the tone of a professional meeting. Stay with us.
You don't want to miss that one, trust me. We'll be right back.
Oh, the human cost of transitive and intransitive verbs. It's a hilarious story now, but I bet your face was bright red at the time. That brings us back to the emotional side of learning these pairs. It's not just about passing a test, it's about avoiding that moment of professional or social awkwardness.
Exactly. And I think that's a great place to land the plane for today's episode. We started with a listener asking for help with confusion, and I hope we've delivered a few simple, memorable tools, the Raven trick, the place substitution, that can take that listener from guessing to knowing. The key takeaway, everyone, is that you are not alone in the struggle. This is hard for everyone. Even native speakers get it wrong sometimes. But you, as a dedicated learner, you are actively thinking about the structure of the language. And that effort is what separates the average learner from the excellent communicator.
Well said, Ria. And to wrap up, let's just make a promise to ourselves and to our listeners. Don't let a few tricky pairs affect your confidence. Instead, let your success in learning them have a positive effect on your motivation. Keep speaking, keep writing, and keep listening. We'll be here right beside you every step of the way.
We love hearing your stories and your questions. If you have another tricky pair that keeps tripping you up, send us an email. We'll put it on a future episode of Real English Voices.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.